Hi everybody, it's me Sophia. Today I'm going to make a video for y'all showing you what I did over spring break, which is basically a vacation here in the US that school kids have. It's for 1 week. And this year my dad and I went on a road trip and we drove a really long time for 9 hours with our 2 dogs to go camping in a place in West Texas. So it's the west side of Texas. So I'll show you all videos I took and pictures and just to show you guys, take you on vacation with me. Okay. So I just wanted to show y'all where we actually were. It says Black Gap Wildlife Management Area. And that red line is where Mexico is. And the blue is where I am right now, Houston. Here's a clip of when we were driving. You can see lots of mountains. It's very dry. And yeah, so this was probably about 6 hours into the drive. And yeah, when you go here, you can see we have our canoe, which is a boat on top of the car. And yeah. Here's what it looked like in the park where we were. And actually on that side is Mexico. Where those mountains are, that's Mexico. So here is our campsite. You can see our tent. And that river right there is actually the border with Mexico. So when you cross the river, you're in Mexico. And as you can see, we have our boat there. That's the canoe. And it's just beautiful. Okay, so what I wanted to show y'all here is a cactus. So like in the desert, which is where we are, cactuses are really famous. They're pretty much everywhere. And as you can see, they're really pointy, and that hurts. So that way they stay alive. Like nothing tries to eat it, because if they try to eat it, they get poked or try to break it or anything. And they need very little water, so they're able to survive without the rain in the desert. Yeah. You can see it's really dry. So we also saw lots of wildlife. So here, you can see in a tiny little bit, we saw a wild turkey, which is a really big bird, and that was super cool. I'd never seen one in the wild before. It tastes like chicken, by the way. And here is the river. So en español se dice el Río Grande, pero in English we just say the Rio Grande. We pronounce it like English. And here my dad and I, we saw cows, which are just really famous in Texas. And here is my dad fishing. I love fishing. My dad loves fishing too. And we did actually catch fish, and I will show you them in a tiny bit. So here is the fish my dad caught. It's called a catfish. They're really famous in Texas and the South, and we did eat it for dinner. So here you can see that I also caught a fish, very small fish, you can barely see him, but yeah, fishing is just really fun, and when you're in such a beautiful place like this, you know, you just don't get tired of it. Here is a bluebonnet. It's the state flower of Texas, and we are really surprised to see it growing in the desert. Here's my doggy Mo. We did take both our dogs, and you can see them here. They were so excited, and I was so excited to spend time with them and my dad. And I'm glad I got to show you guys my spring break.